Hello, welcome back. Today we are on class 13 and we're going to continue exploring the topic of language and race in the US public sphere. Today we're going to do so by exploring a book written by Rosina Lippi-Green, who was a professor at the University of Michigan and then an independent scholar, and who wrote this very influential book, English with an Accent. In this book today, you have read the chapter Teaching Children How to Discriminate. This book was published in 1997 and then a second edition came out revised by the author in 2012. So she starts the chapter by a quote by the expert in semiotics, Roland Barthes, who says that all official institutions of language are repeating matching. School, sport, advertising, songs, they continually repeat the same structure, the same meaning, often the same words. So the stereotype is a political fact. Lippi-Green starts the chapter by informing us about statistics on the average hours per week children watch television. Of course, these data are from 1997, and probably they now watch it much more. Or maybe they share that time watching also television, in internet, or other videos and audiovisual content. But the conclusion is that this is very relevant because children do spend a lot of time watching television. So she here doesn't care about the intentions. She also clarifies that she was not able to interview any person working in Disney, but what is important for her is the effect and the consequences that these discriminative practices have for children. She starts telling us that actors have always learned accents to interpret characters, right? Maybe to show the origin of the character, or maybe to show the personality or stereotypes. But she, in this chapter, focuses specifically on Disney movies. And what she says is, first, she starts exploring she explores mainly foreign accented characters and characters with African American English varieties. So for her, this is interesting, especially when we examine what the relationship between varieties and the motivations and actions of the character's role. So starting with the first dimension that she explores, the foreign accented characters, what she sees is that the percentage of negative foreign accented characters is much bigger than the percentage of negative characters who speak US English. So it becomes clear that the overall representation of persons with foreign accents is far more negative than that of speakers of US or British English. So that's the first conclusion. And she then moves on to explore the representation of characters who speak African American English. What she sees here is that the stereotypes are intact because the male characters who speak African American English always seem to be unemployed or show no purpose in life beyond the making of music and pleasing themselves. And this is true for the crowds in Dumbo and for the orangutan King Louis in the Jungle Book. And you have these videos and other excerpts in your assignment in the Google platform. So then she gets to her conclusion is that children who maybe have little contact or maybe they do have contact with African Americans or are themselves African Americans or are themselves foreign accented, they are exposed from an early age to a fragmented and distorted view of what it means to be Black or foreign or from another country, based on characterizations which rest primarily on negative stereotypes, which are linked directly to language difference. At the end of the chapter, and I think you didn't have these pages assigned, but it's interesting that she also focuses on gender and sees how female characters who are presented as lovers and as mothers are most of the time represented speaking standard American English. So to be truly sexually attractive and available in a Disney film, a character must not only look idealized, but she must also sound white and middle class American or British English. And now I ask you, most of this data was gathered in 1997 and later revised, and other data was added in 2012. But now, 10 years later, I ask you, in what ways have these stereotypes continue in Disney movies? Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this text. I hope it made you think, and I hope you continue thinking about it in the assignment. Thank you.